Some of the smartest people in the world share a strange problem. Their intelligence doesn't always make life easier. Sometimes, it actually makes life harder. They overthink simple decisions. They feel out of sync with the people around them. And sometimes, they feel like they're just watching life happen rather than actually living it. Psychologists call this the gifted paradox. Because when your brain processes the world differently from everyone else's, life starts to feel a little off. And once you understand how extremely intelligent minds work, you realize something surprising. High intelligence doesn't just change how someone thinks, it changes how they experience reality itself. Picture this. You're sitting in a college classroom somewhere in the US. The professor asks a tough question, and the whole room goes quiet. Most students are still trying to wrap their heads around it, but one person already connected 3 different ideas in their head. They've predicted the answer and even thought about 2 possible counterarguments. Their brain jumped from point A to point Z in seconds. That's one of the hallmarks of extremely high IQ. Their minds are exceptionally good at spotting patterns. They see connections that other people completely miss. But here's where it gets tricky. Because when your brain works that fast, it doesn't just spot solutions, it also spots problems. While most people can roll with the flow, a highly analytical mind sees 10 different possibilities, 10 different outcomes, 10 different ways something could go wrong. And that's when the brain goes into overdrive. Instead of relaxing, it runs mental simulations non-stop. What if this happens? What if that leads to something worse? What if there's a better option I'm missing? It's like having a supercomputer in your head that refuses to shut down. And yeah, that can lead to brilliant ideas. But it can also be exhausting. Because when the mind never stops analyzing, it never really rests. Highly intelligent people often feel out of sync with the world around them. Not because they think they're better than anyone else, but because their thoughts naturally drift toward deeper questions. Picture a group of coworkers in a coffee shop, just chatting about weekend plans or the latest Netflix show. Normal stuff. Meanwhile, the highly analytical mind starts thinking about something completely different. Why do certain ideas spread so fast in society? Why do people follow trends without thinking? How do groups behave the way they do? Their brain instinctively looks for the deeper patterns behind human behavior. But when they try to bring these ideas into conversation, people often look confused, or the topic quickly changes. After a while, that leaves them feeling like an outsider, physically present, but mentally somewhere else. Many describe it as observing life rather than fully participating. And over time, that distance can slowly turn into loneliness. High IQ doesn't just affect how people think about the world, it affects how they think about themselves. People with extremely high intelligence often have incredibly strong self-awareness. They replay conversations in their heads. Why did I say that? Did I sound awkward? Maybe I should have explained it differently. Meanwhile, most people have already moved on. This ability, called metacognition, thinking about thinking, can lead to amazing personal insight, but it can also be a trap. Because the more aware you are of outcomes, mistakes, and possibilities, the easier it becomes to overthink everything. Even sending a simple text can turn into a mini mental debate. Should I word it this way? What if they misinterpret it? Maybe I should rewrite it. Meanwhile, everyone else just hits send and moves on. Psychologists sometimes call this analysis paralysis, a state where your brain is so good at analyzing situations that it can slow down taking action. The same mind that can solve complex problems can sometimes struggle with simple decisions, always asking one more question, then another, then another. But despite all these challenges, extremely intelligent minds have something incredible: their ability to recognize patterns. They connect ideas from completely different fields and notice things no one else does. This is how major discoveries happen. This is how innovators create ideas that seem impossible at first. Their brain links information together like pieces of a giant puzzle, and when those pieces click, breakthroughs happen. Many historical discoveries happened because someone noticed a connection that everyone else missed, something invisible until their mind revealed it. Here's the part most people don't expect. High intelligence alone does not guarantee success. In fact, many extremely intelligent people struggle more than anyone would think. Some get trapped chasing perfection. Others lose motivation because nothing feels challenging enough. And some get so comfortable in their own thoughts that they fail to act at all. Psychologists call this the gifted paradox. Someone can have extraordinary intellectual ability but still struggle to turn it into real-world results. Because intelligence isn't the full equation. Discipline matters. Emotional resilience matters. Consistency matters. The people who change the world combine intelligence with action. They don't just think about great ideas, they build them. Once you understand this, something shifts. You stop seeing intelligence as just a number on an IQ test. You start seeing it as a tool. A powerful one, but still just a tool. The real difference between people who succeed and those who stay stuck in their own heads comes down to one thing: execution. Turning thinking into doing. Turning ideas into reality. And honestly, that might be the most important psychological skill anyone can develop. But here's something even more fascinating. Researchers found that one mental trait predicts success even better than IQ. A trait that determines who keeps going when things get tough, who adapts under pressure, who eventually rises above everyone else. And once you understand that trait, you start to see human potential in a completely different way. We'll break that down in the next Psyche on X video. Because the deeper you understand how the human mind works, the more you realize just how insanely powerful it really is.